This lap joint is over 2 feet long. It's 11 gauge 6061 aluminum. If you've ever had to prop your glove hand, your torch hand, against some aluminum while you make a long run like this, if you know, you know. You know your knuckles can be scorching. You want to finish the weld. You're gritting your teeth. You're going to get blisters on your knuckles if you don't stop. A Tig Finger is the way to go for something like this. Not only is it super heat resistant, but it actually glides along the metal. It's heat resistant and heat treated material. So it's smooth, it's slick, and it's super heat resistant. I made this whole 2 feet run. Actually, it's closer to 26 inches. I made the whole run. Fingers never got warm. Let's talk a little technique though here. You want to keep somewhat of a tight arc, a little bit of a push angle. If you overlap that corner by just a little bit like I'm doing here, it's pretty normal, especially on 11 gauge. It's kind of hard to keep that bead confined and really small on aluminum. But a Tig Finger will help you at least be comfortable while you do it. For long runs like this, you just can't beat it. If you're welding, say, a patch on a diesel fuel tank or something like that, you know how hot that gets. You're trying to find a place to prop and be steady. It's tough. For out of position welds like overhead where you just really can't prop anywhere, like this aluminum coped tubing joint, here I'm pulsing the foot pedal, and there's a lot of benefit into pulsing the foot pedal on joints like this. It's actually better sometimes than a pulse setting on your machine because you control when you pulse it. And so you're having to rotate your torch to maintain a favorable angle, and sometimes it's not exactly 1 pulse a second or 0.7. It's whatever it is. Sometimes you have to weld on something that's preheated. This is 4140 material, 500 degree Fahrenheit preheat. That's where a Tig Finger really comes into play. Stainless steel socket welds, sometimes you have to come in from the top like this. There's a bunch of stuff in the way, like if you're working at a shipyard and there's just all kinds of piping in the way on a series of socket welds. You have to come in from the top like this. You don't have room to walk the cup. And sometimes the metal can get pretty freaking hot. This allows you a lot of options. You keep it in your pocket. You use it when you need it. You don't use it when you don't need it. But you keep it in your pocket, and you've always got a prop in your pocket for those times when you can't walk the cup. If you've ever tried to prop on some heavy wall stainless steel socket welds or something like that, multiple pass welds where the heat just builds up, it's really hard to find a place where you can prop with your TIG glove without just scorching your knuckles. In this kind of situation, a Tig Finger XL is really what you need. It'll fit over 2 fingers typically. It's a lot thicker. It's made out of the same material as a Tig Finger. It's just thicker, and you can usually fit 2 fingers inside of it. And it doesn't matter how long you need to prop to make that weld, you're good to go. Now for fab shop type work, if you can walk the cup, by all means walk the cup. There are times when you can do more by not walking the cup. Sometimes you need to really motor out. Sometimes you need to have the freedom to back up if you need to, like on a root pass or something like that. So if you need to freehand or if something's in the way, propping on a stainless steel pipe with a Tig Finger is the jam. It slides along nicely. You can make a whole run just about like you can with walking the cup, but you have a little bit more options, a little bit more freedom, a little bit more ability to do what you want to do, especially if something's in the way, keeping you, preventing you from walking the cup. As welders, we get into all kinds of weird positions. Overhead, upside down, hanging by your knees. And so you need to have the freedom and the option to do lots of different things. Here I'm pulsing the foot pedal, second pass over top of a root pass on some coped steel tubing. This is not 4130, this is just DOM tubing, but I'm just using it for practice and from demonstration. But you can see how I'm propping really close to the weld. A steady hand welds better. I'm really kind of enjoying learning how to pulse the current with the foot pedal for these type of welds. I'm getting better at it. I'm not where I want to be yet, but practice, practice, practice. Now here's a really good example of where a Tig Finger excels. You could walk the cup on this type joint. This is a heavy wall stainless tube, and I'm just using it for demonstration purposes. I'm doing a Z weave here just like I would be walking the cup, but I'm not walking the cup. I'm propping with the Tig finger, and you can imagine how hot that stainless is getting right on the outside there. But I'm just hanging in there, no hurry, not worried about pulling away because the Tig finger keeps my knuckles cool. There's a Tig finger and a Tig Finger XL. They're made 100% in USA by friends and family. There are knockoffs out there. This is the original, 100% USA.